Hi my friends, this is Tessa and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to thank everyone who made yesterday's Ask Me Anything video possible. By subscribing, you people increased my subscribers until now I'm over 100. I have at least 111, I think, the last time I looked. And I just found out that a lot of my blogging friends from my blog are now starting to follow me on YouTube as well. So it's like double. I get them to follow me on my blog and now they're following me also on my YouTube. So I'm pretty sure it was at least 111 the last time I looked. And the question and answers was a little slow at first until people started arriving, and then they started asking me questions. And we did a couple sprints at the end for NaNoWriMo because I didn't expect the questions to take 3 hours. And then I had to leave for my sleep study, which I think went pretty well. And hopefully in a couple weeks I'll have a machine and hopefully I can start sleeping so I'm not sleeping all the time, because I sit at my computer and fall asleep. I drive, I fall asleep. Dangerous. I don't want to get in a car at this point because it is so bad. So Medicare is giving me grief, and until they get things straightened out, I won't have a machine. But hopefully they're going to straighten it out and give me one. Anyhow, back to where I was going. So the Ask Me Anything went well. And then today is November 2nd, so it's the second day of NaNoWriMo month. I have roughly 4,500 words for the 2 days so far, and I hope to write some more here in a little bit. I'm gonna find another live stream. I have one picked out, and I'm going to do some more work on that. I'm trying to get back the enthusiasm I had. Now, I guess you call me a nano rebel because this is not a brand new story. I am rewriting my July camp story. Now, it's different a little bit. So things are changing, but it's still a story that I worked on before. So I guess that does make me a nano rebel. Today I printed out like 5 chapters because as I started changing things, I noticed spots where I didn't change something that needed to be fixed. And it's in a little bit different order now from what I originally put, because I took out some things, I added some things. So now I need to actually have it out in front of me so I can see it and I can put it in the order that I want it in. Because right now, trying to do it on the computer is getting confusing. And at this point, I could almost say I kind of need an outline because I'm trying to get the order right, and I keep reading this thing over and over again, and it's like, I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. So now it's printed out. I can look at it. I can move it around, and then I'll go back and start again, fixing what I decided to change. My eye hurts, I'm sorry. I got some of that stuff that was in the goop they put in my hair for the electrodes at the sleep study, and I got some of it in my eye when I was trying to wash it out, and it's burning. It's probably red too. It looks red here on the camera. So now I've got it just the beginning, not the whole thing, just the beginning, and I can move it around. I can put corrections in because I I double spaced it so there's room to write between, so I can add things or cross off things and add things if I want. I can change the chapter order to make more sense, because right now some things need to be combined together that weren't combined. They were still separated. Reconstructing something that you already wrote is not as easy as you might think it would be. At least it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So I have plans to do that tonight if I can, start working on it again. I do have 4,500 words accounted for, and hopefully not going to be changed again, I hope. At the moment, anyhow. I could change my mind again. I don't want to give up on this project. I'm having a hard time getting up the enthusiasm, so I'm trying to get that enthusiasm back that I had, because after I worked on it in July, I spent August and September, when I wasn't in the hospital, which wasn't much of August and September. I was in the hospital the end of August and all of September, and yeah, all of September. So I didn't get a lot of chance. I kind of wrote a rough hand outline because I knew I wanted to make changes. I knew I was going to do this for Nano. I knew it's not a brand new story. And then I start reading about NaNoWriMo. So I guess that's what you call me. So whatever you want to call me. I'm rewriting it. It is not completely different, but it does have a slightly different twist to it. And so it's not going to change the outcome, but the beginning is going to be different. And I am taking out a lot of the POVs because I had gone really overboard. I had at least 5 to 7 when I stopped writing, because the story's not done. I never did get to the end of it. So, you know, it's at 40-some, it was at almost 45,000 words when I stopped writing, and decided I was going to take it apart for NaNoWriMo this month. So I have a lot of words and I haven't even gotten to the end yet. And the extra piece that I either want to make an extra book out of, or I just need to add to the end of this. I haven't figured out yet which I'm going to do. Because if I add that to the end of the story, then I might actually make almost novel length. Because right now, I rarely get above 50,000 if I make it to the 50,000. So that's where it stands right now. Trying to get the enthusiasm back. I'm still slightly depressed. I've had my medicines tweaked. Trying to become a much better and happier person than I am at the moment. And part of that is because I'm so exhausted. With this sleep apnea, I'm not getting any sleep, and it's really draining me, not to mention giving me congestive heart failure. I mean, that wasn't in my plans. I had enough serious illnesses going on without adding that to the mix. So I'm not happy. I'm trying not to worry, but I can't do a whole lot except try to control it. And that means, you know, lifestyle change, and I have troubles with lifestyle changes. And it's just like one thing after the other. So I've got more important things on my mind than actually finishing a book or a novel or whatever you want to call it in NaNoWriMo, really. But I would like to finish it too. But I may not finish it. And I'm not going to start stressing out super big about the fact. I've already resigned myself to the fact that I may not hit the 50,000 words, because I got enough other things to worry about. Hitting 50,000 words or not hitting 50,000 words, it's not going to make a difference in the long run in my life. But my health and how I handle it will. So that's where I'm at. I hope to, like I said, I have a plan to watch one of the live streams later on to try and get some more of that work done. Straighten out the first part of the story. Most of the bottom part of the story, it's just doing some changing. But the top, I'm really, really, really rewriting the story and where it's going. The ending will remain probably the same, but the beginning is definitely changing. So I had to finally print it out. I like the idea of just deleting out what I didn't want. I have a complete copy of it before I started messing with it. But then I'm like, I'd be reading and I'm thinking to myself, didn't you just read something about that? Like in the paragraph, like 2 up? And I'm like, I'm really confused right now. So I finally printed it out. I'm trying to break it into the 5 different paragraphs and try to figure out point of view characters, if it's going to be written, I mean, which point of view character is going to do it? Am I going to make a new one? Or I already made them. Am I going to take that person away and add this to somebody else? Or keep that person here? I just haven't made that decision yet. But I have to make it soon since it's the beginning of the story and it kind of affects the end of the story. So that's where I'm at with NaNoWriMo. I will be working when I can, when I feel like it. And like I said, I'm not stressing over whether I win or lose because it's just too much stress. I don't need. I've got enough stress. So I'm just going to try really hard not to let this bother me. I must admit it is bothering me to a point. But there's nothing I can do about it. And it's not like camp where I could set it for, say, 30,000 words and figure I'd probably make it without a problem. And, you know, I have to make 50,000 and most of my stuff is never that long, so it's really hard for me to decide whether or not this is going to make it to 50,000. It might not, and I'm just not going to stress about it. I keep saying that. I mean, obviously it's stressing me out, or I wouldn't keep reminding myself and saying it over and over again. But I don't know what to do. I don't know how to just pretend it's not happening. I mean, you know, life goes on around me and I can't do much about what's going on. I mean, it's happening. I can't stop it. I can't change it. I can hope to control it. Try anyhow. I mean, that's all I can do. This came at a bad time. After spending 6 weeks in a hospital and coming out and then having to try to come up with an idea, and there were no new ideas, and I wanted to finish this one from when I wrote it in July, and I thought I'd be done by now, but I ended up realizing while I was sitting in the hospital with nothing to do that I didn't think the story was going to work because some of the details didn't make sense. So I knew it had to change. And there's a lot of stuff I wanted to take out because I thought, you know, I really don't need it in there. I have a bad habit of putting a lot of fluff in there that really nobody cares about and most likely the reader wouldn't care about. So you know, I got to get it out of there. So I'm trying really hard to take that stuff out of there. I know I shouldn't be editing as I'm going along, but I'm not doing anything the way it's supposed to be done this month. So if I want to edit while I go along, I'm going to edit while I go along. That's just the way it is. It's easier for me. Especially now, because I need to get this part of the story straight before I can do the ending. I have to have the beginning fixed. So anyhow, I will be doing hopefully frequent videos to keep an update of what I'm doing. If you like my video, please give it a like. YouTube likes it, I like it, and now that I'm starting to grow, I'm not such a little channel anymore. I feel better. You know, when you first start, you feel so hopeless, but you know, I'm over the first hump, so it's slowly growing, and I'm happy. And I try to do videos once or twice a week, maybe a little more during Nano to keep you updated. As far as Millwordy goes, I have picked up the amount of writing because I have a blog and I count everything I write in that blog also. And I've been writing a lot of blog posts, and some of them are pretty healthy in the word count. So my Millwordy, I don't know the exact total, and I'm definitely not going to hit 250,000 at this rate, but it's not as bad as it first looked. So there's the update on that. That's another thing I'm not gonna worry about. I'll record things as I do them, but I'm not worried about hitting goals. I mean, that, the goals are extremely high anyhow, and just put a lot of pressure on. So if you like my videos, please subscribe to them. Hit the little notification bell. And until next time, please stay well. Thank you. Bye-bye.